We have one more minute.
Yep.
Turn on your mics.
Yeah.
Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the prayer. Grant us, O Lord, light in our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decisions, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority, and may we use it in our directives for the common good, for thy honor and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay, it is 6:31. Call to order. Roll call, please.
Present.
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 Here.
Present. Present.
Thank you. Okay, move along. We'll go right to public comment. Any public comments? No one out there? Okay, thank you. We'll go on to reading and disposition of the minutes. We have the regular council meeting minutes, November 15th, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Mr. Joyce approves. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. Martin seconds. And discussion, any corrections, errors on it? Okay, roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Abstain. Aye.
Okay, thank you. Next, going to executive session to consider the compensation of public employees and officials. So do I have a motion to go in executive session, please?
I make a motion to go in executive session.
Dr. Sharma makes a motion. Mr.
Conrad.
Conrad,
Either one.
Mr. Thompson. Seconds. Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Okay,
Did you want to go? How do you want to do this? Because this is still recording.
Take off our microphones.
you can just mute this. Okay. Okay, moving on to legislation. Resolution A is resolution 2022-44. It's on a third reading. A resolution approving the permanent appropriations and funds for the village of Timberlake, Ohio for the year 2023 and declaring an emergency. Do I have a motion to approve, please? Mr. Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Motion.
Mr. Conrad seconds. Discussion. We just came out of executive session, and what we agreed on is that we're going to give all the non-salary employees a cost of living increase of $1 an hour. And also, we're going to make an adjustment for the holiday and benefit times for the salaried employees. So, do you have anything to add to that? Okay. All right. Roll call, please. Can you turn your mic on, please? The light's not on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's going dead.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Okay, and next is resolution 2022-45, third reading. Resolution authorizing the fiscal officer to transfer 60,000 from the general fund 1,000 as follows: 20,000 to the police cruiser fund, 1,000 to the village hall capital fund 4903 for the current fiscal year 2022 and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
I make a motion.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Discussion? No discussion heard. Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Next is resolution 2022-46, third reading. Resolution authorizing the fiscal officer to transfer $44,620 from the general fund 1,000 to the paving improvement OPWC debt service fund 3902 for the fiscal year 2023 and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make a motion.
Mrs. Hardwood makes a motion. Second. Mr. Joyce seconds. Discussion. No discussion heard. Roll call, please.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Next is resolution 2022-48. A resolution authorizing the mayor to adopt the 2022 Lake County Hazard Mitigation Plan adopted by the State Emergency Management Agency and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Oh,
Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2022-48, please?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Conrad makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Dr. Sharma seconds. Discussion?
Just for your benefit, this is something that's in place already. They're asking that all of the communities pass this legislation in order to have something formal on the books.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Next, resolution 2022-49, resolution amending the permanent appropriation funds for the village of Timberlake, Ohio for the year 2022 and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve resolution 2022-49, please.
So moved.
Mr. Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Thompson seconds. Discussion? Any questions? Nothing? No discussion heard? Okay, roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next is resolution 2022-50. A resolution authorizing the mayor to retroactively promote certain police officers of the police department and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I'll move to suspend the rules.
So Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Mr. Thompson seconds. Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2022-50? Please.
I make a motion.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Hardwick seconds. Discussion?
So at the last meeting, we couldn't do this because we couldn't suspend the rules. And so it does bring up a question that's come up a couple of different times. I think it would be worthwhile for us to separate and apart from approving this, to look at some exceptions to allowing the mayor to approve officers at council meeting under circumstances where we couldn't mayor to be able to do that. So I just bring that up. That's one of the things that I think we should look at changing so that in that unusual circumstance, that the mayor would have the right, subject to council's approval at the next meeting.
You could write that up.
I will.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Dr. Sherman.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwood.
Aye.
Mrs. Marlowe.
Aye.
Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Next resolution 2022-51, a resolution authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into an agreement with Love Insurance Agency to provide for a continuation of property and casualty insurance coverage for the village property and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I make a,
Dr. Sharma makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I make a motion.
Mrs. Mara seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce. Aye. Dr. Sherman. Mrs. Hardwood.
Aye.
Mrs. Marlowe.
Aye.
Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2022-51, please? Mr. Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second? Dr. Sharma seconds. Discussion on this?
No increase or any changes?
It increased to $13,000 for the year. I think it's about a $1,300 increase from last year or so. The increase is primarily due to legal cases and claims related to those. It's still, I mean, the Ohio risk plan through Love Insurance is still by far the most, I mean, the cheapest. Best coverage available for us.
How many claims? do we-
I'm not sure you'd have.
Okay. That's the reason for the increases.
Right.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Dr. Sherman.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Mrs. Mara.
Aye.
Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Next is resolution or ordinance 13-2022, an ordinance granting approval and consent of the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation Authority to apply, maintain, and repair standard longitudinal pavement markings and erect regulatory and warning signs on the state highways inside village corporation limits, and giving consent to the village for the Ohio Department of Transportation to remove snow and ice and use snowplow and ice control materials on state highways inside the village corporate limits, and giving consent to the village or the Department of Transportation to perform, maintain, and or repair the state highways inside the village corporation. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please? So Joyce makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. Mara seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce. Aye. Dr. Sherman.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Mrs. Mara. Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 13-2022, please?
Go ahead.
I make a motion.
Mr. Conrad makes a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Discussion.
So it's the only state highway that goes through the village.
Lakeshore Boulevard, that's correct. So
Correct.
just gives them permission to maintain it, which is fine by us.
It would look pretty funny if we didn't approve this.
Yeah.
They would stop after big line and start back up easily.
Yeah, we might not have sidewalks, but at least we got the cleanest streets in the village,
But it needs, this is for like the lines and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
but no guardrails included. Right?
Well, it might be under maintenance. You never know. So.
Okay. So are they responsible for maintenance of that, but not,
Well, it says perform maintenance and or repair inside the village corp. I've got this up.
so should they have been liable or responsible for,
Okay.
or is that only now that we're approving it?
This is a request from them, and if you notice that the ordinance was written by them.
I'll look at it more.
So it says in the ordinance at the bottom of the first page. So it says the work proposed to be authorized under this ordinance shall be restricted to the application, maintenance, and repair of standard longitudinal pavement markings and the erecting of regulatory and warning signs.
To me, that doesn't read it.
Correct.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce, Dr. Sharma,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Okay, thank you. All right, next we'll move on to reports, mayor's report. Just like to tell everyone that I received an email today from the Lake County, Ohio Emergency Notification Department, and they have a registration where people can actually register online for notifications if in case of emergencies or bad weather and so forth. I posted it on the front page of our website. So if you go there, there's a link that'll bring you right to the website, and you'll be able to go there, like I said, to register. So if there's any residents that want to register, please feel free to do so. Another thing, there's income tax credit coming on December, or it's going to be actually coming January 1st. Okay, we have the income tax credit that's no longer going to be there in place. And I like to just read something that we put together so that we know, tell the residents what happened here. In April of 2018, the village council at that time, after 3 readings, voted to remove the income tax credit for the tax paid to other municipalities as of January 1st, 2018. Subsequently, the documentation was forwarded to CCA, our income tax collection agency at that time. but CCA never implemented the removal of the tax credit, nor did the village administrator follow up with CCA to ensure implementation. The oversight was discovered by our current fiscal officer earlier this year. After notifying the mayor and legal counsel, along with eventual discussions with the current village council at a work session over the summer, Mr. Roskis contacted CCA, Rita, and the tax commissioner of Ohio regarding the failure of the village to implement the tax credit and sought guidance on how to correct the situation. Rita followed up late this summer with the fiscal officer, the mayor, and legal counsel regarding the options to correct the situation. Several options were presented, including collecting additional taxes that would have been owed for the period after January 1st, 2018, collecting only a portion of the taxes, for instance, going back to the beginning of 2022, or defer the effective date of the elimination of the tax credit until January 1st, 2023. The village council was presented with these three options and asked legal counsel to draft a resolution that would defer the effective date until January 1st, 2023. After three readings, September, October, November 2022, the village council voted to approve resolution to defer the effective date. As a result of this legislation, Rita will not go back and collect taxes that would have been owed as a result of the elimination of the income tax credit during the periods of 2018 through 2022. Further, effective January 1st, 2023, no income tax credit will be given by Timberlake for income taxes paid or withheld for other cities. So just wanted to clarify that on that. And the only other thing, getting back, there are other things on our website that also regarding Rita. If you have any questions regarding the income tax and so forth, you can check with them. There's their phone numbers on the website and also email to contact them. Other than that, we're ready for the Lumineers for Christmas, which is going to be, wonderful thing to have again. We just hope the weather holds out. We're supposed to get blasted again, so let's hope it's not a replay of last year.
They could blow into East Lake.
So, but other than that, we're ready for that, and that's about it. And other than that, we try to keep the roads clean as best we can if we do get hit, and just prayers are needed always to keep our service truck running. So, she's a good faithful thing. So,
Faithful.
good old faithful. All right, that's all I have, and also I just want to make sure that I want to make mention that the Village Club did a wonderful job on the Christmas party. They put it together. We had a wonderful time here. And it was good food, good, just to be with everyone and see everyone in the village. We all had a good time there. And we played the game. It was a great game, the gift exchange. So that was pretty good again this year. And again, hopefully that we can get more people next year for it. So it was really a good time. And just want to wish everyone in the village a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for the year. So other than that, that's all I have. Solicitor's report.
Sure. Just a couple quick things. I mentioned a few minutes ago that I'd like to, and I put it on my notes of things to take care of in the coming year, is that legislation about the mayor being able to take action on police officers in selected circumstances. And I just want to publicly on the record thank Mr. Roskis for the work that he does on behalf of the village. He has uncovered and fixed more things in the short time that he has been our fiscal officer. And he is constantly in contact with me with legislation. He takes care of so much. And I just want to say thank you, John, for your faithful service to the village.
Thank you.
And I too want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. So.
Okay. Moving on, Mrs. Hardwick.
Okay. I do have the residential lockbox the way it is on the East Lake Fire Department page. It will cost the resident $25. It takes 5 minutes to install. Lieutenant Drake is the person and number on here to do that. And what this does is anybody, myself, I live alone, elderly people, you'll put a key in that box so that if EMS is called to your home for some reason and the doors are locked, they have access to a key to your home. And that will be on the, we'll put it on the webpage, and I think it's coming out in the Timberlake Times as well. And I had a gal reach out to me from the Lake County Foster Parent Association. She's asking if we would donate time at the hall for them to have an open house for potential foster and adoptive parents. It's just going to be a couple hours. It's just a meeting for people in the community who would be interested in becoming foster parents to children. It's like 2 hours on a weekday. Generally, we don't have rentals during the weekdays, so I just wanted to bring that up and ask, does anybody have anything that we shouldn't allow them to do this free of charge?
Sounds like a wonderful idea. I agree.
Okay, great. Okay, so I will let her, I told her I'd let her know that I pretty much knew that it would
Anybody not
probably,
for this? Anybody,
Sorry?
anybody not for this? Like,
Where does it get mounted in?
we know we're now two different subjects.
Oh.
First, going back to the first
I
thing
was
about,
waiting
about
for some- oh, I
the
was
mounting
asking
of
about
the.
it goes
box
between the storm door and garage and
At each
storm door
house.
and the door.
At
Yeah.
each house,
Yes,
Between the storm.
and the
door
fire
and the door.
department would have it.
yes,
Okay.
they have a master key. The gentleman who makes them.
And back to the foster parents, it'd be a weekday.
Yes, they wanted a weekday from 6 to 8. A Tuesday through Thursday. They're flexible on dates. And would be on one of the January, March, May, July, September, November. I mean, she's given me a full range of when we want to do it, so.
It's like an open house kind of thing.
Yes, host an open house for potential foster and adoptive parents. So I will call her back and let her know that that's a go. I've gotten probably a half dozen rentals going for next year already, so. Let's keep it going.
Good.
I'm done.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Conrad?
Yeah, nothing too much. Everything's starting to get frozen, so the sewers don't have much work to do at the moment, but it'll eventually thaw and hope they hold up. They've been doing well so far. Also, Old Faithful or sewers, right? Another thing I wanted to bring up, and maybe I can take this offline too if it's the wrong time, but ask for some police presence in the morning during school bus pickups. It's watched a few buses go flying around buses in the mornings when they're stopping. So
Cars flying around. buses.
yeah. And just, it's morning time. There's a lot of kids going on out on the street on Lakeshore crossing the street to get to the bus stop. So if periodically we put a car up there to keep traffic down, sometimes just seeing the cop car slows everyone down. So it works in both ways in that regard. So just something I've noticed lately. Other than that, I mean, everything's going well. And I also want to wish everyone Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It's been a fun year on council. I think we're making good progress. So I hope to continue it in 2023.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Joyce, Finance?
Yeah, I know the report of finance. A lot of trouble with regard to that. Basically, it takes. I would also like to echo what the mayor said about the Village Club Christmas party. Krista did a wonderful job scrambling around at the last minute because we thought we had a caterer lined up. People, we had to change caterers. Putting on a lovely evening for the Christmas party. It's a small group, smaller than we'll get at all, obviously, but it's still a great night out for everybody. I think that the gift exchange
was particularly funny because people who were here sort of knew one another. And it gave us an opportunity. There was a lot of stealing of gifts. And it was a little more personal this time than it would be if they had been. So I think it was fun. It may be my imagination, but it seems like there are more people in the village that are lighting up to accommodate this place this year. It might be just my imagination, but it looks very festive. Right down East Shore, and especially when you get to Steve Newman's house. It's a pretty wild affair. But looks great. And I also would like to wish everybody in the village a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I agree with Ryan. At least half year for me on council, and looking forward to full year.
Thank you. Okay. Samara?
I just want to echo, thank you again. Julie did a lot of organizing too of the club for the party. Also, the village club is still going to donate a tree in honor of Ron Mona. I asked them if they were still taking donations, and I was told they're just going to donate a tree. So they're still going to put up in front of the hall here, correct? That's what you're doing. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
We have a magnolia that basically it's dying every year. The deer destroy it, it breaks, the snow hits it, it's struggling. So we're gonna relocate that and put that pine tree right there. I think it'd be a perfect spot to balance with the flagpole. And plus it'll be protected a little bit from the wind, the direct wind from the lake. We park it, if we put it on parcel A, it's gonna get that direct wind, and that's gonna be a problem there too. So I think it'll look good there too. So
It'll be a nice tree to decorate in honor of Ron. Ron Mona loves Christmas, so a pine tree would be great. I want to thank the mayor personally for helping out the village club. It's true. For stepping up, setting up the service guys, and people, mayor fixed the decorations in front and did stuff with that up, and I just doing what needs to get done. So thank you. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody.
okay, thank you. Dr. Sharma?
So sorry to miss the beautiful village. I was on the plane and phone told me that 1 hour you have to be there. And it was probably the first time that I missed it and missed it sorely. Also wanted to take a quick minute, thank everyone who supported me when I conducted a memorial for a family that was kidnapped and brutally killed. Just a little bit, got something from Mr. Formica. This is based on grant, might cover the beach steps. And then another one is the National Fish Wildlife Foundation. And that would probably help with some sort of restoration grant program for next year. And with that, I would like to thank our residents, their unwavering support, and the council would like to step back now. Next year, by the grace of God, we might be moving to West Coast. That's where I was for 15 days. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support. And thanks to the village residents for their support. Wish you all the very best. And there would never be any place like Timberlake for me. This really.
We're pretty unforgettable.
Huh?
We're pretty unforgettable.
Yes, that is true. Yes, indeed. And very happy holidays. Merry Christmas. May 2023 fulfill all your dreams.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Okay. All right, Mr. Thompson,
Yeah,
trees.
last month, there was a tree incident, right next to parcel A, where a tree or part of a tree fell on some lines. There was power outage, which got taken care of eventually by First Energy And then a contract payment took care of the lumber. And the mayor and Officer Simone deserve credit for getting the situation handled safely and efficiently. So that's all taken care of now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, one more thing.
As usual, I forget. Um, I did want to say though, that during that power outage, our village hall was up and running, and as was our police department, with no electricity because of our generator. Yay. So, I did receive, a message from a resident, wanting us to kind of revisit the ordinance on, the parks and the beach. We've tabled that for now, and I think this time of year probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to look at it again. I'm hoping that around March, I can bring the Parks and Recreation Department or committee back together here, and we can discuss any changes that we think we need to implement or leave it be or whatever we want to do. But we've got time to do that before summer actually gets here and things get rolling again on the beach. It's hard to imagine that you'd want to go down there now, but it'll happen. Spring will be here, summer will be here, and the beach will be here for everybody in Timberlake.
Good.
And Merry Christmas as well to all my fellow people here on council, our police department, all of our audience. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on, fiscal officers, the report.
Okay. So our general fund ending balance through November 30th, it was $378,607. Our month-to-date revenue was $29,386 versus expenditures of $56,393. That was a net difference of $27,007. Expenditures were about $20,647 more than originally estimated at the beginning of the year. And this was mostly higher due to a third payroll, which originally would have landed in a different month, but we shifted payroll dates 2 days earlier from Friday to Wednesday earlier in the year. And we also paid for our American Legal Ordinance update, and we also paid for our workers' compensation for next year. So that made it a little bit of a more expensive month than originally anticipated. Our general fund revenue through November 30th is up $148,122 versus last year. And this again is primarily due to increased income tax collection and better property tax collection rates. Our revenues in November exceeded projections by about $9,657. Our current estimated surplus, and this includes the transfers that council approved earlier in the meeting, we are looking at a surplus of about $57,427 for the year. Other fund activity and miscellaneous, we made our biannual loan payment for our street improvement loan to CNB Bank, which is the parent company of Erie Bank, and that comes out of Fund 3902, and that was $21,178. And this is money that is originally transferred from our general fund. We also had $1,025 in refunds issued from our 9901 Hall Rental Security Fund. There was a partial refund, so that's why you see the $25. And there was no other significant activity in our other funds.
Thank you. Police chief report.
Oh, absolutely. Our numbers are, we had 1 911 call, we had 2 administrative calls, 1 call, 1 animal complaint, 6 assist asking for assistance from police, 55 calls for community policing,
1 disturbance, 1 harassment call, 50 house checks, 9 investigations, 1 juvenile complaint, 1 phone complaint, 1 parking violation, 1 property violation, 1 suspicious circumstance, 1 suspicious person, 1 tree issue, for a total of 134 calls.
Okay, thank you. Next, our zoning property maintenance report. Gary Gray.
Wrote 7 permits, 3 for contractor registration only, 1 for a furnace, 3 for sewer, and 1 for interior remodeling. And I'm happy to say that the house at 5 Nokomis, that's been vacant for 5 years, has been purchased, and they're going to work on it to restore it starting next week. So we'll start getting some tax revenue from that pretty soon, I would hope. That's it.
Okay,
It's been purchased by a person. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll get resold. The same guy that did number 7, Nokomis, is doing number 5 now,
The one right next door.
right next door.
And that pulled in a very nice.
Yeah, he did really
Price.
well with that one.
Mhm, mhm.
okay.
Great.
Very good. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, moving on to purchases and approvals. Do I have a motion to approve the November 2022 financial reports, please?
I make a motion.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion. Do I have a second? Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce, Dr. Sharma, Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. And do I have a motion to approve payment to Anderson Heating and Cooling for the amount of $32,495, please? Dr. Sharma makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Conrad seconds. Discussion?
Comment.
Yes.
I have heat. I had no heat in my office last year.
Yeah, how did the installation, how's everything going?
Went well. There was a few things that they had to do on a punch list, which she took care of today, actually. And we have just one more problem. This one's making a lot of noise in the fan. It's like a turbulence thing. So we'll get that figured out. But other than that, everything else is great. Everything worked out great. They fixed up the mess, especially in the front one, the one that serviced the bathrooms, the police office, and also the hallway here. So we had to add registers. We added a register to the chief's office to get her heat in her office. We added a register in the front hallway you'll see there, and also a register inside the kitchen. So we don't need it really much in the winter time for the heat in the kitchen. So we turn those down a little bit. But in the summertime, we're going to need the cooling. So we'll be able to open those vents up, and everything's adjustable. They have dampers on them. So we'll be able to adjust them. But we'll have for once, we've got better heat also in the bathrooms, which all the officers already they even said, commented.
We're happy.
They're very, very happy that we perform. So, and again, that balanced out great, and these units here went in real well. So, we're good with that. So
Great.
no complaints
Try,
there.
try the bathroom out. It was always cold in
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's how we don't loiter.
there. Well,
And it'll be nice in the summertime. We'll have air conditioning in the bathrooms because
Thank
we had events here all the time, and they were stifling in there. And then we'll also have air conditioning in the kitchen area, in the hallway and so forth. So when we come in, we won't have that hot air. So and there'll be less load on this one room here, but yeah.
Cindy, that means weddings can be good.
Oh, yeah.
Brides.
And you've got all new thermostats.
Oh, yeah, we have new thermostats. They're programmable. Also, we can connect them to Wi-Fi so they can be remotely programmed. So it's all basically we have the latest technology with it.
great.
And by the way, the furnaces are 2-stage, which is really good. They're very efficient that way. This way we'll save a lot of money on that. They'll usually run at the lower stage most of the time, and then when it needs to, they'll kick it to high stage, but. Okay, any other questions on that? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Dr. Sharma,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Okay, thank you. I will open it back up to public comment and questions. Please, please stand
Can you
up,
go to
state
the
your
mic?
name and address and turn the mic on, please, sir.
Guardrail that was just replaced at the end of 91 again.
Yes, Gary.
What, there's nothing on it that reflects it. It just blends in with everything coming down there. I mean, does that belong to us? I mean, I've seen that people go through there so many times. Even when I worked fire department, I took care of people 3 times that went through that thing. You can't see it when you're coming down. Nothing reflects it. It just blends right in with the background. I don't know if we should paint it white, put reflectors on it, put blinking lights on it or something. But somebody, the people die there.
Yeah, we'll look into that. And some kind of
Good-
reflector.
good
I do
suggestion.
know though, the last car that did hit it though, did not hit it dead on. He was actually going from west to east on Lakeshore and somehow put a big crease in it. Not only did he rip it out, he also ripped the posts out, the concrete posts, and also ripped the water line with it. So,
There used to be 2 trees on the side. They're gone.
and he walked away from it. Yeah.
Think about the people who live in that house.
Brick wall, right?
And,
Okay.
and we talked about that at the last meeting. A brick or stone wall would be illegal. Because
Because of the house, and it's also $1 million for a mile. Not that it'll need a mile there, but that's generally the estimate.
the guardrail, cost of the guardrail,
No, what you said, that brick wall.
oh, the brick wall. But it would be illegal because it's a death trap. Right? It's,
No, I think that's.
It would be unwise is the way I would better put it. I
Okay.
don't think that it's necessarily unlawful to put up a barrier there. I just think it's unwise because a guardrail will give, a brick will not necessarily. So
They're designed to give to take some of that inertia
It's
away to
supposed
actually
to
stop
absorb
the
the
car.
energy.
Yeah, and it stops the car better.
Guardrail saved this guy's life.
Well,
It
yeah.
really did. If he would have hit a tree, he probably wouldn't have made it. So he got lucky. So,
We can just buy reflective tape and put it on there now.
yeah.
well, maybe we ought to ask the
We'll have
Art
to ask
Department
the-
of Transportation, since we just entered into this agreement for
Mhm.
warning signs.
Yep.
Erecting warning signs and maintenance and repair.
Well, we just
Exactly.
read
Just
that.
gonna ask if that is a warning sign. To me, that fits in that bucket.
We look
The
into
actual
that.
guardrail, maybe not, but the signage at the end of it.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
There's a big yellow sign too that has an arrow pointing, right?
Well, like the 2 big red stop signs aren't enough, but nonetheless.
Well,
whatever
it
else
could
we
be a
need to
green
do to
light.
keep this stuff.
Could be a green light, then there's no stop sign. Yeah, right, then you're like, ooh.
Well, and it would be confusing to have a yellow light and green or red, but reflection is another story. Well, there actually is an arrow.
Yeah, there's that yellow arrow that points one way or both.
I think
ways.
they go both
They go
ways.
both
Yeah.
ways.
I think
That makes more sense, actually.
Which way you gotta go?
Yeah.
That way
Yeah.
or down?
Yeah.
Yeah, flip it on its side. Okay, anyone have anything else?
I have a comment. The luminaires will be out for Christmas. If you see any not. I was asked by the Village Club if you see some not lit on the street, please, if you can, help the cause. Light some luminaires that might have been already blown out. If you see an island that hasn't been done, please volunteer and so that's all together. Thank you.
not. And so if you have older neighbors that are not able to do it, I would ask you to please get those lit up as well as the public islands and triangles and so on.
Okay, well, I just want to say that, it's been a pleasure working with all of you. This whole year. Again, made some changes and again, just great. Like I said, we got a lot done and saved the village a lot of money too, which is great, just by staying on top of everything. So, and again, I appreciate all your help. I couldn't do it without you. I mean, yeah, I do a lot, but then again, I couldn't do it without all your help too and your support. So, I appreciate that. And, we're all in this together. That's why I said it. So, we're just looking out, trying to help out and make it a better place for everybody. So, so it's great to see that. So thank you. And again, Dr. Sharma, I thank you for your service,
Thank you.
for your, what was it, 4 terms, right? Just about your senior.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You know. Very appreciate. So,
Yeah, look for a good house. Mine would be upstairs.
I know the builder. It's a good house.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, on that, anyone else have anything else to add? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Make a motion.
Mr. Conrad makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Mr. Joyce seconds. It is 7:31. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Dr. Sharma,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Next meeting will be next year, January 17th,